Can you really see beyond the surface? The ability to decipher the true intentions of those around you could be the missing key in your life. We often get lost in superficial interactions, in smiles that may not be sincere, in promises that might just be empty words. You linger in the silence of uncertainty, absorbing every gesture and expression, yet you still wonder, what do they really want? The truth is that in the complex tapestry of human relationships, few possess the clarity needed to discern hidden motives. You might think you know someone, but you could be seeing only what they choose to show. Every gesture can conceal a secret intention. This is the psychological battleground where manipulation disguises itself as friendship and mental games fuel interactions. Now imagine the advantage of being able to predict others' moves. Those who master this art are not mere spectators. They become conductors, orchestrating the symphony of social relations. But what happens when you discover that most interactions are filled with subterfuge and hidden interests? Deconstructing this role becomes your responsibility. It's a quest for control, for power, for an understanding of what motivates those around you. So before we continue, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly enjoy what I do here. And I want to know your thoughts. What do you really distrust in the relationships you maintain? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's explore this intricate dynamic together. Have you noticed how what is less available becomes more attractive? Scarcity is not just manipulation, it's a powerful weapon in human interactions. When something becomes scarce, we not only elevate its perceived value, but we also awaken an almost instinctive desire to obtain it. This is the first Machiavellian mental game we will unravel, the art of scarcity. Imagine you're in a room full of people, but only a few have limited information or resources. Those who possess this scarcity instantly become figures of interest. This game reveals not only what people value, but also what they are willing to do to achieve it. By creating an image of limitation, you transform the social dynamic. It's where need blends with desire, and anxiety settles in the minds of those seeking to obtain. When something is presented as rare or hard to get, the true nature of people begins to emerge. The pressure to act, to make a quick decision, can amplify ambition, fear of loss, and reveal hidden motivations. You become a keen observer of how people behave in the face of scarcity. Some become ravenous, others hesitate, while others will try to manipulate the situation to get what they want. Scarcity then becomes a mirror reflecting each person's values and intentions. Using scarcity is not just about taking control, but also about understanding that every interaction is a dance of interests and motivations. By observing this dynamic in action, you become not just a player in the game, but a strategist capable of moving pieces with precision. And in doing so, you not only reveal the truth about others, but also take a step closer to controlling the narrative of your own life. Now that you understand how scarcity can transform relationships and expose intentions, get ready. When everything that seems advantageous evaporates, the true character of people is revealed. What happens when support falters? Imagine having a support system that once felt solid, but at the moment when there are no more benefits to be gained, you find yourself faced with a deafening silence. The absence of support becomes a scream. You believed they were by your side because of your successes, but what if those ties weren't as strong as they seemed? What happens when the game changes and the rewards fade away? In the absence of benefits, you not only see the masks fall, but you also witness the emergence of a brutal confrontation. Those who stayed versus those who left. It's striking to see that during tough times, the true nature of people reveals itself. Those who promised loyalty can turn into strangers, while those you least expected may step up as steadfast allies. These tests are not only revealing, they are essential for gaining a deeper understanding of social dynamics. It becomes clear that often, true friendship isn't found in the words spoken, but in the actions taken, or in their absence. In this exercise of discernment, you begin to ask yourself, who is truly by your side? Now pause and reflect. When was the last time you recognized who stood by you for who you are, and not for what you could offer? Sometimes the true value of a bond lies in those who remain, even when the benefits are stripped away. And the pressing question is, are you prepared for this revelation? Let's move forward, exploring what happens when the perception of time enters the picture. Time control can be one of the most powerful tools in your hands. Have you ever wondered if you are really who you say you are? On the stage of life, the spotlight shines not only on the protagonists, but also on those in the shadows, revealing truths that many would prefer to hide. This is the effect of collective attention. When eyes turn toward you, the pressure generates a heat that melts away the masks. It is in this moment that true character is revealed. Picture yourself in a meeting, all eyes on you. The words you speak, the emotions you exude, every detail is amplified. But this interaction isn't just about you, it's a psychological battleground. Those who have the ability to remain in the spotlight become shrewd manipulators of emotion. They understand that the group's attention not only distorts behaviors, it also triggers instinctive responses that expose everyone's hidden motivations. In this scenario, leadership becomes a test of endurance and strategy. You could become the leader you've always wanted to be, but in moments of tension, the essence of those around you may crumble. While some stand firm in the light, others may explode under pressure. It's a dance of interests, where some reveal their true loyalty, while others become shadows, powerless amid expectations. Now think, do you want to be the manipulator who controls the narrative, or will you fall prey to these mental games? By understanding this phenomenon, you not only empower yourself, but you also project an aura of control that can change the course of any interaction. Before we move on, reflect on what this means for you. Can you discern the true leaders in your life? And more importantly, what face do you reveal when you're under the spotlight? These questions bring forth the fundamental dilemmas of human relationships. Do you trust people? Betrayal isn't always dramatic. It can arise in small everyday interactions, in the micro-betrayals that surround us. When you least expect it, something that seemed secure crumbles before your eyes. Have you ever found yourself questioning the loyalty of those who are close to you? The revelations of withdrawal, a friend who stops responding to your messages when you need them the most, or a colleague who remains silent in a moment when their support is crucial. These aren't just character flaws, they are revelations. In this subtle game of relationships, trust becomes a fragile dance, and each step can result in a misstep. Often, true intentions hide beneath layers of interaction, revealing themselves in moments of tension. Now think, what happens when you decide to test these relationships? A small provocation, an unexpected gesture. The response can be enlightening. Those who withdraw under pressure are not just unwelcome, they are exactly who they are. This is the beauty and sadness of micro-betrayal. It uncovers what the desire for closeness often obscures. What if you could use this to your advantage? By introducing these discrete tests, you not only reveal the character of others, but also gain control over your own narrative. It's a risky game, where authenticity can lead to a deeper understanding of who is truly by your side. Sometimes betrayal on a micro scale is what we need to understand the truth about the people we place our trust in. Now, as you step into this game of revelations, I ask you, are you ready to see what really lies beneath the surface? In a moment, the true nature of your relationships may be exposed, changing everything you thought you knew. Can you allow yourself a moment of silence? An instant away from the constant need for validation and interaction. The act of simply disappearing, withdrawing from the social battlefield, can be one of the most effective tactics of control. You might be wondering, how can this be true? Isn't it the opposite of what is expected in a society that values presence and constant interaction? Consider this. By distancing yourself, you not only disrupt the usual dynamic, but also force others to confront their own emptiness and insecurities. Disappearing is not an act of escape, but rather a strategy of revelation. Those who genuinely care about you, who are motivated by a true connection, will tend to show their concern. However, those who are only around for convenience or interest will reveal their true selves. Imagine for a moment, a friend who always expects your attention. What if you were no longer available? What would happen? The silence could become deafening, and in the absence of stimuli, the true nature of relationships will begin to emerge. Those who are drawn to your light may be the first to seek a return, while others will remain in your shadow, wilting under the pressure of emptiness. Have you always believed that constant presence is what maintains relationships? What if I told you that absence is the true test of connections? This revelation can be unsettling. What you expect from the loyalty of others resides in the anticipation of a return. But what happens when you're no longer there to receive it? This reversal of expectation is what makes disappearing a potent weapon. In this context, every exit, every choice to remain silent, transforms into a social laboratory. You begin to see who truly cares. Instead of being a target of emotional exploitation, you become an observer, studying the revealing dynamics unfolding before your eyes. And this leads you to a crucial point. Each time you step back, you not only control the narrative around you, you provoke those who remain to reflect on what it means to be by your side. What will be left when you return? The answer may unveil not only your bonds with others, but also the bonds you have with yourself. Are you ready to disappear and discover what this reveals about who is truly by your side? The art of manipulating time. The next step will be even more intense as we dive into what it means to consciously manipulate the perception of time as a form of control. Do you believe that reality is an objective construct? Imagine stripping it down, understanding that each interaction, each conversation can be a disguised power play. In the manipulation of reality, social control is not limited to brute force. It resides in subtlety, in the dance between what is shown and what is truly felt. The first lesson here is to discern manipulation is a double-edged sword. On one hand, allowing reality to be shaped by your will can be empowering. On the other, the realization that others do the same can be daunting. The game becomes one of vulnerability. You cannot simply play, you must play to win. Observe your daily interactions. People who seem transparent can actually be masters of camouflage. Every smile is a mask, every word can be bait. And in this context, you find yourself in a dilemma. Is it better to be aware of the distorted reality or to ignore it? If you choose ignorance, you commit to being a pawn in someone else's game. However, by embracing manipulation, not as an offender, but as a shrewd observer, you become the archetype of the manipulator. You may wonder, how do I do this without losing sovereignty over my own intentions? The answer lies in awareness. When you become conscious of the manipulated reality surrounding you, the first thing that is revealed is how subjective the truth really is. Each person's perception transforms reality into a spectrum of versions, of which yours may simply be one. As you explore these nuances, a new horizon opens up. Here, you are not just a player. You are the designer of social reality. This ability to manipulate not just the perceptions of others, but also your own will, make the difference between being a mere spectator or a maestro in human interactions. Now, allow yourself to reflect. How far are you willing to go to understand the true nature of the relationships around you? This quest for control may not be the way out it appears, but rather the key to a deeper understanding of yourself and others. By engaging in this game, you not only transform the external narrative, but also confront your own unspoken truths. The dance continues, and each step may be crucial. Have you ever felt as if you were playing a game where each move is calculated and each word a weapon? When we try to uncover the real interest behind human interactions, the line between friend and foe can become nearly indistinguishable. The essence of Machiavellian mind games is not just in manipulation, but in the art of deciphering the very manipulation that pervades social relationships. Here, power reveals itself not through brutal force, but through the finesse of a strategic whisper. Manipulation is often viewed as villainy, but the truth is that we all end up playing it. The nuances of relationships are like a dance, where intentions are hidden behind the masks we wear. You may think you're in control, but what if I told you that in reality, you are just a piece on a much larger board? Recognizing this game is the first step toward not only being a puppet, but becoming a conscious player. Picture yourself observing. Every laugh, every hesitation is a clue. How someone behaves reveals a hidden story. When we feed distrust, we amplify not only our control over situations, but also entangle the intentions of others. It's essential to understand that every interaction can be a trap or an opportunity for truth. Playing to win means not only knowing what others desire, but also questioning what you truly want on this board. As we now delve into the intricate dynamics of power games, take a moment to reflect. What is the true intention behind your own interactions? Manipulation can be a tool. Are you ready to use it responsibly, knowing that knowledge brings not just power but also a weight of ethics and morality? Let's demystify what it means to play to win, without forgetting that every move has its consequences. Manipulation and control require a keen eye. Are you here to obtain what you desire or to build genuine relationships? This reflection is at the heart of the journey we are about to continue. Can you truly see beyond the surface? The ability to decipher the true intentions of those around you is more than a trick. It is a vital responsibility. Human interactions are filled with disguises and nuances that we often overlook. How many times have you found yourself asking, what do they really want? This question reveals the fragility of our relationships. Throughout our journey, we have explored Machiavellian mind games that unveil the essence of each connection: the art of scarcity, the test of absence of benefits, the manipulation of time, and more. Each of these is a key that unlocks doors to a deeper understanding of those we interact with. Now that you possess these tools, the crucial question arises: what power will you wield in your relationships? Being aware of the hidden truths in others' behaviors allows you to make informed decisions, making you a controlling presence in this theater of social interactions. You decide how you will react, how you will direct the scene. But remember, this power can be both a blessing and a curse. The responsibility rests with you. Imagine the difference it makes to understand that often, what seems like friendship may just be a game of interests. In every new interaction, there's a new opportunity to apply what you have learned. Preserving true alliances while exposing hypocrisy is a path illuminated by awareness. Now I invite you to reflect. What have you really learned here? The true intentions, the hidden interests, the power dynamics, they are all within your reach. Are you ready to take control of your narrative and the bonds that truly matter? A new cycle begins, and the choice of how to navigate this continuity is in your hands.